Here's Sanchez going over the top of Tarkowski, who's being marked by Caicedo. But Everton get what they want probably in the end from this. A corner.
Yeah, James Garner having a huge influence on the game. This is why he's been called up for England. Has that versatility, but he can control games with the amount of touches because Everton play through him, but he can play those killer forward passes as well.
Garner goes short. Dewsbury Hall, can't be Cucurella. It's just whenever you do the build-up. Jai. In the end by Hato. So we've had some big wins over. Because of where Everton are in the table. And Jai turns away from Hato. And Jai sends it in for far away. Yes, Hato still working his way back to where he should be.
Poor defending from Hato. He sells himself. He tries to get to a ball that he's never going to reach, and Jai rolls him relatively easily. I think for Everton, yes, there've been periods where Chelsea have been dangerous. You'd expect that with the attacking players that they have, but I think overall in this first half, David Moyes must be delighted by his team's approach and the threat that they've carried. They do deserve the lead.
Than 200 destinations.
Tracking her every move. achieve greatness. And greatness starts April 5th.
Now 3-0 up at Swansea. Sakamoto got the third of their goals. You can watch it right now on Sky Sports Football as they've extended their lead, or are on course to extend their lead at the top to 9 points over second place Middlesbrough and crucially 11 points over third place Ipswich as they chase automatic promotion. As far as the Premier League is concerned, it's all about Premier League safety for Leeds United as they take on Brentford, who are chasing a European finish come the end of the season. Kick-off there is at 8 o'clock. We'll bring that to you live, and also later Tina Fey hosts the very first episode of the legendary late-night comedy show as it arrives in the UK. Musical guest Wet Leg, Saturday Night Live UK tonight at 10 o'clock on Sky One. We're back at Dickinson Stadium next, where Everton lead Chelsea by a goal to nil. There are ways in which Chelsea can improve defensively in the second half, Gary, but also are there opportunities to be taken in terms of getting back into the game, given that they need to capitalise on both Manchester United and Liverpool dropping points this weekend already?
Yeah, I think the second half, they just need to take real care in your passing and your build-up. You know, the way they build up from the back. Don't just play at the back for the sake of playing at the back. Try and find your forward players. Try and get Cole Palmer on the ball. Try and get Neto on the ball. João Pedro's been in great form. Move the ball forward and take care in possession. Looks like they're making a change as well.
Yeah, with news of that change and taking you through the second half is your commentary team of Andy Hinchcliffe and Seb Hutchinson.
Well, I mentioned that Malo Gusto missed the Champions League game through illness, and he's off at half-time here. Alejandro Garnacho is going to come on, which may see Moises Caicedo move to right back. He's played there before. He did play the ball when he was at Brighton as well. But a reshuffle for an already reshuffled Chelsea defence.
Yeah, it should give Chelsea, yeah, again defensively, they'll hope that that works with Caicedo playing at right back, but Garnacho will offer natural width on the left-hand side. Neto's now switched out to the right-hand side, so maybe they're looking to stretch the Everton defence, get genuine wide players on the ball and try and get a bit of service in with Cole Palmer playing a bit more central.
Well, what a was from Beto in that first half. Much maligned as an Everton forward at times, but you cannot not like that finish.
It was brilliant, but again, you've got to go back to the weight of the pass, because he couldn't take a touch and then finish. He had to take it first time, and that, again, the pass from Garner enabled him to do that. It was brilliant. The pass, the finish, outstanding.
Oh, and awkward at the back. Just seconds into the second half. I said you cannot not like that finish from Beto. I don't think Chelsea supporters did. All the Chelsea players. As Sanchez goes forward. Here's Lavia. And he finds Palmer. Pass is there for Chelsea. Neto out on this right-hand side. Garnacho from the left. Caicedo. Lavia.
Look at the width that Chelsea now have with Neto and Garnacho. I'm sure that O'Brien, Mikolenko, the two Everton fullbacks, will be asking Dwight McNeil, Iliman and Jai just to help them out, to double up with those wide players at times.
There's Fernandes to Garnacho. Garnacho to send it in. There is again Garnacho, Fernandes, Lavia. Neto. Saido saw plenty of the ball in that first half, Chelsea. Faced by a blue wall. Garnacho, Cucurella, and it's a goal kick in the end. For the change made at half-time by Chelsea, bringing on Garnacho. Of course, his famous, fantastic goal that he scored when he was at Manchester United was against Everton. But he's looking for something from that left-hand side.
Yeah, if you make changes, get the ball out to him, let him affect the game. But brilliant reading of the game there defensively. Idrissa Gueye, he saw the run that Cucurella had made. Off Dwight McNeil, and he just covered that space in behind as Cucurella made the forward run. He was there to step across and play the ball off Cucurella.
Here's Lavia. Arto can't look after this. McNeil, nice turn from him and got it back to Beto. All supporters appreciating that build-up, and what about the pass? Almost finding Beto, but getting the next best thing in a corner.
It's the right idea, isn't it? Just turn that Chelsea defence around. Beto's on the move, he's timed the run brilliantly again. The weight of the pass is good. It's forcing defenders to turn and run back towards their own goal and deal with the ball, you know, dropping over their shoulder. It's not easy, but it's the right approach from Everton.
It's impressive work in the build-up to that from Dwight McNeil, but that's quite the unit to attack this one.
I give Dwight McNeil a lot of credit as well, because he was really upset that move to Palace didn't work out, but he's gone into the Everton side and has performed really well.
McNeil to the back post it goes. Tarkowski attacking it, and Sanchez. Well, Beto feels there was a chance there.
Yeah, I just wonder if Beto had made a move slightly earlier, anticipated that ball was going to be won at the far post, gets across the goalkeeper a little bit earlier, maybe could have got his studs on the ball.
Garnacho. Fafana. Now Arto.
This is where Chelsea, you need to keep the tempo up, you need to zip that ball around, because Everton's sitting deep. This is how they like to play, you've got to move them around.
Garnacho. Get that back from Fernandez and O'Brien. Beto wrestling with Arto. Beto definitely won't mind isolating Arto though. Here's Fafana. Fafana, whose minutes have been managed over time because of the injury issues he's had. Well, he's very much needed at the moment. No Badiashile, Chalobah unavailable. Reece James. Still going off at half-time.
Look at Fafana in possession there. There's a lot of white shirts just standing and looking at him. There's no one really making kind of moves, giving him a forward passing option.
Palmer turns. Can't find João Pedro there to probably find him in the first half as Pickford goes forward. Tucked by Fafana. Arto to Fernandez. Neto. Caicedo infield now. Can't find Fernandez. And here's Dewsbury Hall. Space to exploit. Njai behind him. There's Njai. McNeil. Looking to find Njai with the clip ball over the top.
It's a really difficult pass. Possibly should have been playing that ball out to Dewsbury Hall. What a tackle there from James Garner.
And that's created a chance here for Everton. McGay's pass was misplaced. Palmer. Garnacho. Cucurella. Garnacho. Run off O'Brien. There's Fernandez. And he just runs straight into Dewsbury Hall. Beto can't get it back though. So here's Fernandez. Arto. Garnacho. Arto, the centre-back, is one of the furthest forward here for Chelsea. He's jogging back, the Dutchman. Here's Neto. And Ajay did well. It's not getting any easier for Chelsea. It's this Everton side ready to engage them.
This will be a different second half though for Everton. The first half, a bit more possession. And it puts Chelsea under periods of sustained pressure. The second half, if this pattern continues, it's going to be very much about the counter-attack forward, but they have the players to break up the pitch and get that second goal.
And they find that moment here, Chelsea. Garnacho, Fernandes, challenge from Gay. There's Dewsbury Hall, and 4 against 4 on the break here for Everton. McNeil, options inside, and a good challenge from Harto in the end. So can Chelsea break forward? When they do come forward though, those full-backs are there to meet the wide players. But here's Palmer, saw the gap, tried to feed João Pedro, who was on the floor.
That's the one thing David Moyes' Everton don't want, is the game to get stretched, because they're so compact normally. Very solid team setup. When they go forward and lose the ball as they did there with McNeil, suddenly there's lots of space for Chelsea to exploit.
There are openings here for Everton to exploit. And Jai hasn't chosen to try and dribble around any Chelsea players too much so far. He's just retained the ball. Dewsbury Hall, and he is fouled by Caicedo. Has to be careful. A yellow card away from a 2-match ban.
It's such a naive, unnecessary challenge, this. He's never going to get to the ball without going through Dewsbury Hall. Just stay on your feet. Don't give a free kick away in a dangerous area. The ball can get whipped into your box. The big lads are up from the back. Just don't make a challenge unless you're absolutely sure you can win the ball cleanly.
So set-piece opportunity. And Ghana coming across to take it, you would think.
It's tricky from that position, the right foot. He's trying to drop it in behind that Chelsea defensive line, in that corridor between the white shirts and Sanchez. Not an easy ball to play.
Attendance in the stadium, 52,547, just below capacity. In goes the free kick, and Sanchez. Oh, the crowd appeals. Painful one for Sanchez, though. He ran into the post, backed into the post.
Yeah, it's what he had to deal with. It was overhit. Unless James Garner fancies his chances of actually dropping it over the goalkeeper's head, he puts way too much on it. Goalkeeper has to deal with it, and I don't think Tarkowski pushes him into the post. It's just a collision. Goalkeeper just backpedaling, hitting the post himself. He did well to keep the ball the right side of the line there.
You'd think if he had gone behind the line, it probably would have been disallowed. Crowd cheering there because they saw Tim Cahill on the big screen in the stadium. He's pretty popular amongst Everton supporters, it's fair to say. Palmer can't quite link up with João Pedro. Nicely done by Beto. And Jai. Beto. Oh, and Jai couldn't quite take it. There was Caicedo. Stretched again at the back for Chelsea when they lose it.
I suppose Chelsea have to run that risk, committing lots of bodies forward. They could get caught out on the counter-attack. Chasing the game is a risk that they have to take.
And Andre Santos about to come on for Chelsea. It's likely to be for Lavia. Complete 90 minutes at the moment. And João Pedro penalised. And his reaction right in the referee's face. Probably sums up Chelsea's frustration today.
That's Michael Keane making the challenge. He loves a physical battle. I'm not sure, again, how they free kick has gone Everton's way. They're appealing for handball. Presumably that's what it's been given for. And João Pedro not happy. Liam Rossinha frustrated as well.
So off goes Lavia. And on comes Santos. Andre Santos, who played under Rossinha at Strasbourg and has been in favour with him at Chelsea. But for João Pedro, on his more frustrating matches up to now.
Yeah, but I mentioned it with Beto, you've got to keep believing as a striker. You've not been heavily involved in the game, but a chance might just come along and you need to be ready.
And Everton, 4 efforts on target, which is already above their average for a Premier League game this season. We played under an hour, and that's going to be a free kick. Cucurella.
Yeah, it looked to me as if maybe Jake O'Brien makes a little bit more of this than maybe he should do, but he just gets the ball first, just gets a toe on it. I think he gets slightly blocked off by Cucurella. The fact he goes to ground and grabs his shin, maybe convinces the referee he's been cleaned out there, but I'm not sure he was. But for Everton, another free kick in a dangerous area.
So far, so good for Everton.
Yeah, but this might be better for the right footer for James Garner, just to kind of whip that ball into that space between defensive line and goalkeeper. It's a bit of an easier ball to play for the right footer from this side rather than the left-hand side.
So Garner and McNeil. And Garner. And into the arms of Sanchez. He wants to get Chelsea going here. Fernandes. And there's Njai right in his face. And there's Dewsbury Hall. And it's not just the defenders putting in that defensive effort.
Yeah, just underlines this, the team work ethic that Everton have. 2 of their most dangerous attacking players turning into defenders, and see what the Everton fans feel about the work they've just done off the ball there.
Straight out of play. Nothing going right for Chelsea right now, but for David Moyes, he'll be happy. He's not the only side in this European race, because Brentford go to Ellen Road with their eyes on Europe as well. Leeds trying to stay up as it stands, and then tomorrow, what a rivalry that is at St James's Park. Villa hosting West Ham. Here come Everton again. Beto. Garner. Now O'Brien with the diagonal. Beto. I think he got there first. Either way, here's Neto. And just one more we didn't mention, but one of the biggest games of the weekend, no doubt about it, in the relegation battle. Here's Cucurella. Enzo Fernandez. Garnacho. All the way to Palmer. Santos. Chelsea probe again. Garnacho. Fernandes, bit of space this time for him to try and go on. And guess who there? Pickford getting across.
Once again, it's that goalkeeping anticipation. He sees Fernandes, the way he sets his body up. He gets that ball out of his feet. He's always going to whip it towards that far post. Pickford knows it's coming. He's got the athleticism to get across and get fingertips on it.
First effort on goal of this second half for Chelsea. Neto with the corner in towards that near post. Mikalenko got there first. Neto, Palmer plays it in. Fofana won't reach it. Well, there's no way past Pickford at the moment. Not that it's kind of testing him enough.
Yeah, what Chelsea really need to do is keep that, tempo, keep the momentum up. And so he has a good look at this. He opens his body up. It's the right idea in terms of striking it goals, but I think Pickford has vast experience as well. He reads it. He knows what's coming. He doesn't see it till maybe slightly late. His weight is on his left foot. He's ready to go across goals. He knows that's the way it's going to come.
Keane stepping out and getting away from Palmer. But now slightly stranded. Sagana having to fill in. Gay there first. And here, the Hill Dickinson roar as Everton come forward again. Gay. Beto! Is it over the line? It is! It's a double for Beto. It's double trouble for Chelsea.
It's an absolute hammer blow for Chelsea. Just as they were starting to dictate the game, they were dominating the ball, putting Everton under pressure. It's not as glamorous as his first goal, but it doesn't matter to him, it doesn't matter to Everton. They've got a 2-goal lead. That is a massive cushion when you're as strong defensively as Everton are. But Idrissa Gueye here is just outstanding. Reading of the game from the midfielder.
His first brace in over a year. A shake of the head from Sanchez, shakes aplenty in the Chelsea side because Everton are too clear.
Well, Michael Keane steps forward, he's on the halfway line, so Idrissa Gueye has just dropped back into a defensive position. He's helping Keane out, then he reads the forward pass, picks it up and just drives forward. It's not just keeping the ball for the sake of it, it's making things happen. So Idrissa Gueye reading the game there and then driving forward and then just slowing himself down, making the right decision. Once again, Beto, look at the run that he makes off the ball, gets away from defenders. He gets a huge chunk of good fortune, but as we say so often, strike it on target, you've got a chance of scoring, and that is a huge goal in the game.
First brace in over a year for Beto, and he was so confident that this had crossed the line, he didn't even wait for the referee. He was away to celebrate.
It's not even a debate, is it? It's way over the line. The ball goes through Sanchez. Top goalkeepers shouldn't be beaten from that strike. I'm sure Pickford wouldn't be. But Beto, Everton deserve this 2-0 lead.
To bring out that celebration twice this evening. A shake of the head from the Chelsea manager. Fernandes. Garnacho. Thing is, Everton have looked dangerous on the counter. They've sucked up the pressure, looked to break away, and Beto on a hat-trick.
Yeah, they've shown they can play in different ways. They had more concerted pressure in the first half, more possession than they normally have. And they should really have scored maybe a couple of goals playing that way, but this is more the pattern of the game we expected. But it's still, have you got the belief, the energy, the organisation to get back up the pitch and score a goal, you know, playing on the counter-attack, and they've shown they can do that just as effectively.
Into Fernandes. Santos to Caicedo.
Yeah, for Everton, is it going to be back-to-back wins at the Hill Dickinson for the first time? So close now.
An excellent position here. Fernandes. Trying to flick it through to Garnacho. And this one. But Chelsea still will have felt that haven't done enough. Here's Fofana. And then Jai there once again. And Jai. Mikolenko. And then Harto goes back to Sanchez. Well, nothing's gone right for Chelsea in this match. It's fair to say everything going right for Everton.
Yeah, I don't think Chelsea clearly have helped themselves. They look really devoid of ideas going forward, apart from maybe Cole Palmer. Just the longer the game's gone on, the kind of less and less threatening they've been.
Are only midway through the second half. Esteval will be called upon shortly for Chelsea. I can hear they're just trying to... Ball played forwards. Everton looking for more. Dewsbury Hall. They're sending the cross again just over the head of Beto.
But Everton doing the right thing here, 1-0 up. And maybe not necessarily allowed Chelsea to get back into the game, get a foothold in the game, but going 2-0 up, Everton, well, they're looking for the third and making it so difficult for Chelsea.
But here's the chance for Chelsea. Garnacho. Can't find a way through. There's always a blue shirt in the way.
And who is it again? James Garner. Again, doing whatever the team needs. He's back virtually in a right-back spot. Times the challenge to perfection in his own penalty area.
Garnacho. There's an Everton player down at the moment. And there's Pickford out. In the face of Fernandes, there's 2 players down, in fact 3 players down in total. But Pickford is still there.
Yeah, Garnacho was remonstrating with the referee and he's got a yellow card for his trouble. Again, they're finding it so difficult, Chelsea, to break through. Just the sheer weight of numbers. And then Pickford again. His anticipation, it's not a glamorous save, but he just closes the space down. There's no chance that the Chelsea player is going to get a shot in. And you see Garnacho was blocked off, that's what he was complaining about, but you keep complaining to the referee, you know what's going to happen.
And full descent, Garnacho picks up a yellow card. So Esteval comes on, and as Pedro Neto goes off, and Chelsea in need of something special, because there is still plenty of time left for them to turn the tide. Fernandes with the corner, and dominant header away by Keane. Palmer. For Cole Palmer here, it's tricky to progress the play. He's forced back. Sanchez forced long. Palmer. Esteval. Can he come up with here? A good pass to Palmer. Chance here for Chelsea, but there's the defending again. It's Michael Keane once more.
And it's Cole Palmer, I mentioned him. He's the creative spark. He's most likely to get a goal or create a goal. Just needs to maybe lift that cross rather than just try and bypass Michael Keane.
So Esteval. Take this Chelsea corner. As I said, still time for them to turn this around, and Esteval almost scoring from the corner, and Pickford struggling to get there. Caicedo. And another break for Everton. McNeil. And Jai running forward. Beto free. And Jai, though, cuts back inside, but can't test Sanchez enough.
Yeah, it's right down the goalkeeper's throat, but again, the desire, the athleticism to get up the pitch from Jai, to give You know, McNeil, a forward pass, outstanding.
Caicedo. Harto. Garnacho. When you look at the fixtures on paper for Chelsea, they look as tough as you can get, really. As Harto sends this one in, they really need something from this last 20-odd minutes or so. But Everton not giving them a route back into it, and Beto having the time of his life up front, just shrugging off Fofana.
I don't know what Beto had for his pre-match meal, but he's a man possessed.
Garner. Oh, that's not what Everton need after 73 minutes. Almost faultless play. Fofana. Chelsea wouldn't mind a freebie like that. Esteval, there's Mikalenko.
It looks like it's going to be something spectacular or unusual for Chelsea to get back into the game. That Esteval corner, we think, actually hit the crossbar rather than Pickford saving it. So maybe something like that could maybe be a lifeline for them.
And then Esteval. Mikalenko. They've got such a good defensive foundation, Everton. And now they also have an advantage. Here's Esteval getting the better of Mikalenko that time. And here he goes, the youngster. Can't. Through Mikalenko getting back as well, but that's the sort of thing they're looking for from Esteval, and this is what he almost pulled off a moment or two ago.
Yeah, we thought Pickford actually clawed it away, but it actually hits the crossbar. Can he produce a similar quality here and give his teammates something to attack?
He tried to go for it again, Esteval. He does go for it again! And another worry for Pickford.
Yeah, it just needed some contact. It's flat, it's pacey, goalkeeper can't come and catch it or punch it. Just needs a touch there, just needed Santos just to get her forehead on it.
Oh, the belief that Esteval is going to be a world-class player when it comes through, but as far as Ellen Road is concerned, one change for Leeds in this one. Bogle into their side, and Brentford two changes with Pinnock and Yarmulke, the new men in from their draw with Wolves. So game affecting both ends of the table, it seems, and there's Jared Branthwaite set to come on. And that's helped on by Beto. And Njai, defender isolated. What a goal again! An exceptional evening for Everton. And Iliman Njai taking that chance in some fashion. And Beto in the build-up as well.
And there's absolutely no luck involved. This is, you know, Everton cruising to a win by design. Individually, collectively, defensively, offensively, outstanding. When this ball is picked up by Iliman Njai, I bet he can't believe it. He's up against a midfielder playing at right back. That's exactly what he wants. Got a midfielder backing into his own penalty area, and he just drops his shoulder and he just passes it right into the top corner. Sensational individual brilliance, but it's off the back of incredible teamwork on and off the ball. Everton have just been absolutely outstanding. What a wonderful strike that is. Couldn't get any closer to the top corner.
That's the postage stamp for Milliman and Jai. There is no saving that, and seemingly no beating Everton tonight.
But it's the composure, isn't it? How many players in that position drop a shoulder and just smash it at the goal and hope they score? He doesn't. He passes the ball, whips it with his instep into the top corner. He deserves everything he's got today, and so do Everton as a team. Outstanding.
And try and take away his AFCON title. Well, Everton have made a change in the meantime. Jared Branthwaite is on for Dwight McNeil to add a defender to the back line. But you feel this is beyond Chelsea now.
Yeah, they were going to make that change. David Moyes was going to make that change when it was 2-0, but he has the luxury going to 3-0, then bringing on a solid one of your best defenders. It's just perfect for the Everton boss.
And there's no doubt here that Chelsea are looking ahead. They have an FA Cup game against Port Vale, but they have two big games against both Manchester clubs, João Pedro and Moises Caicedo. No, undoubtedly safe for those. Caicedo on that yellow card. A yellow card away from the suspension, and João Pedro never really got a look in this one. So Liam Delap and Tosin Daraboyoyo are on, and Chelsea attacking to a deafening backdrop of a very happy Hill Dickinson.
You've got to remember, you look at Everton's season, it's been built on solid defensive foundations, but the way they've gone forward in different ways in this game just shows that there is development there to be made. And I just think maybe they looked at Chelsea and 3 defeats in the Premier League and the Champions League. They were there to be got at, and Everton have got right in their faces on and off the ball. They've done far more than the Liam Rossini's side.
And it's only the second time they've scored 3 at Hill Dickinson. 3-0 victory over Nottingham Forest in December. This will feel bigger than that right now. Here's Esteval, Palmer. So well set up, Everton. That's loose from Cucurella and Pickford and Beto, who is about to come off with Barry waiting. Is there still time for him to get one more chance? Esteval ducks inside. He's looked lively since coming on, Esteval. Just too much to do. Too many blue shirts to get past.
Yeah, this is the problem. If you run infield, if you're into the heart of the Everton setup, you've got centre halves, you've got central midfielders. It's just too congested. You can't pick your way through.
Esteval giving it a good go. There's too much on that. Well, Everton enjoying themselves tonight, and so are their supporters, who haven't had the best home record this season, yet they're set for back-to-back home wins in the Premier League, and more importantly, look at that Premier League table, 2 points behind Chelsea.
Well, you look at their goal difference. It's been a season of fine margins, I say, built on defensive strength, but going forward here today, they have been stunning.
Well, there's going to be the biggest reception Beto's had in an Everton shirt, I would imagine. Yeah, 2 goals and an assist.
Yeah, it's again, the Garner pass is outstanding, but he has trust in the midfield. He's made his run in behind a static defence. Brilliant finish. And then again, he makes a run off the ball. He gives just again a forward pass, gets a bit of luck. He's deserved it. He's worked so hard when he hasn't had the ball. But when the ball has actually broke his way and he's in on goal, he's got his couple of goals, and he's worked so hard for them.
Don't forget that flick on for the 3rd. As on comes Dino Barry. Can he get in on the act here tonight? Dewsbury Hall. Barry on the move. Sliding across is Santos, but Dewsbury Hall picks it up again. I think he was trying to tee up Garner. Didn't quite make it work. Here's Garnacho. Yes, O'Brien trying to ruffle Garnacho.
Yeah, well, going into the game, I was thinking Everton might need 2 or 3 goals, because you always fancy Chelsea to create chances to score goals under Liam Rossini, but it's just not been the case here. They just really worked Everton enough, even though Pickford's made a couple of really good saves. I just think they've been outstanding, Everton. It's so difficult, Chelsea, to build up any momentum and consistent threat.
It's been a tough watch for the Chelsea bench tonight. There's Palmer to Delap. Estevao. Harto. Tosin. Fernandes. Garnacho. Harto. Fernandes to Benelin looking for Delap. There's Branthwaite. There's Dewsbury Hall. Santos. Cucurella. Delap. Garnacho. Chance for Chelsea here. A rare one. But every time there's an opening, there's an Everton player to cancel it out, although it's going to be a free kick here to Chelsea. And Enzo Fernandez not happy. Cucurella and Garnacho, who is on a yellow card.
Yeah, they're both getting involved, but again, it's just absolutely pointless. It's just frustration. Do something to affect the game rather than have a go at Iliman and Jai. Cucurella getting involved as well. Just get away from it. Take the free kick, get a goal back. That's going to affect the game.
There's only been one booking in this match, and that was to Garnacho. Well, Enzo Fernandez looking at that clock. Time is against Chelsea, but so is the scoreline. Goes the cross and punched away by Pickford. There's a Chelsea player down in Fofana, but Everton will break with Chelsea a man down, and Dewsbury Hall, he's away. Barry up with him. Everton looking to add more. Dewsbury Hall, excellent feet, and straight at the goalkeeper, and that would really cap off their night. The former Chelsea player scoring.
That just sums Everton up. Defensive solidly, and then win the ball back. They're 3-0 up, remember. They don't have to go forward and get a fourth, but they want a fourth. He just maybe needs to go to Iliman and Jai, just ding that ball to the far post. That's where the space was.
Palmer. Estevao. Palmer trying to find Estevao, can't find him. Tidied up again by Everton. Dewsbury Hall, and the Olays are out. Branthwaite.
I think if you'd asked Everton fans, 85 minutes played, what's the score going to be, and are you going to be Olaying? They'd have said, no, I think it's going to be a really tight game. We'll maybe win it by a single goal. They're 3-0 up. They've been brilliant, and they can enjoy themselves. They can relax and enjoy the last knockings of the game.
Those tackles and interceptions combined more than any other player in the Premier League this season, and it's his attacking play that has stood out as well. It's going to be a yellow card for Fofana, who accepts it. Resigned to defeat here, Chelsea.
It's cheeky from Idrissa Gueye, just nutmegs Fofana. Been salting the wounds, just draws him in, nutmegs him, draws the foul. Real frustration for Fofana and Chelsea. Such a tough game for them.
So, Everton, free kick. And Pickford finds Barry with a pass from that free kick there. Barry will leave it. Esteval in his own penalty area, and he'll look for Garnacho here, and that should be cut out by Tarkowski. Dewsbury Hall inside to Garner. They're going to make a double change here, Everton. Brathwaite. Barry. Well,
I think Liam Rossini's appealing for a penalty here, a foul on Fofana. Tarkowski. Yeah, you can see he doesn't play the ball, he plays the man, he steps into Fofana and elbows him, and should have been a penalty.
Garnacho. Fernandez being tugged out by Dewsbury Hall, and I think the referee's playing advantage, and then the advantage had passed in his eyes. And then Njai is fouled by Cucurella.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of payback from Cucurella there, just taking out Njai. He's very lucky though, Tarkowski just stands his ground, then he just swings that left elbow into Fofana. There's no need to do it, he's never going to get to the ball anyway, but that's a big risk he's got away with.
Well, Njai, who put the icing on the cake, you feel, for Everton, with that finish, is going to make way.
Yeah, his goal was a thing of individual brilliance, but the amount of work he's done off the ball for the team as well is just as impressive.
Merlin roll on. Look at that. Alan Irvine with a big smile on his face on that Everton bench. Timmy Rabunum put in a fine display against Arsenal as well. He's come on. No goal for Dewsbury Hall in the end, but still a big part of what's set to be a big win for Everton. Too much on that from Pickford in the end, so I can ask you who your player of the match is.
Well, I'm spoilt for choice for an Everton perspective. Everyone 9 out of 10. James Garner underlying why he's been called into the England squad. Brilliant all-round performance, but Beto, his 2 goals, he's had his critics here at Everton. He's not going to score you 20 goals a season, but he's shown just how big a problem he can give defenders. His movement off the ball, his finish for the first goal was outstanding. Bit of luck for the second, but he's worked so hard, as the team have done. I think his individual performance really flags up how Everton as a team have just outplayed Chelsea.
Well, it's been excellent performances from every Everton player. So 5 more minutes to play. And he's really been in a position this season to feel comfortable in seeing a result through, David Moyes, but that's about as comfortable as he's felt all campaign. Uncomfort on the Chelsea bench. Fernandez to send into the penalty area. Cucurella. Following this, we have Leeds against Brentford. 2 lineups on your screen now. It's Everton trying to defend a clean sheet. Here's Garnacho to bend it in, and there's too much on that, and behind it goes. Well, the away end was emptying out about 10 minutes ago.
You mentioned sort of like David Moyes feeling comfortable at 3-0 up. I feel he'd feel comfortable if his team were 1-0 up. I think they've played so well, defended so well, and Chelsea, as we saw there with Garnacho, just the lack of quality in the final third has been has been alarming. And under Liam Rossini, that's been a big plus. Their attacking stats have been very good. Defensively, as we've seen this game, they've got to sort it out.
Look at the run of fixtures to come. I mean, that is a serious set of matches on the horizon. The two Manchester clubs at away trips to Brighton and Sunderland as well. They've got to face Spurs, and even though Spurs are fighting for relegation, that's still a huge derby match, and Liverpool as well.
Yeah, a point from this game would have taken them into the top 5, into the Champions League places, but they never look like, achieving that. I'm sure coming into the game that have thought we're favourites here to maybe win it because the players that we've got, but we're simply not done enough to even get a draw.
Still in the FA Cup, have Port Vale in the quarter-finals of that competition. Irabunum. Oh, Everton going to add a fourth here. What a run from Irabunum! Important save from Sanchez to maybe stop that from reaching Barry in the middle. And no foul. And so Chelsea, with Fernandes down, will Everton put this ball out of play. And speaking of the fixtures, as for Everton, well, they run in, and has big games in it as well. That's the nature of this Premier League season, you feel. But they do have their eyes on those Champions League places, and also the small matter of the Merseyside derby on the horizon, where they could be above Liverpool by that point.
Yeah, their home form has been patchy. This is only their second win in 8 games, but you take this performance, this result, into a Merseyside derby. What an occasion that's going to be.
3 points behind their City rivals. Inferior goal difference, but even so, this could be a fine season for Everton by the end.
Yeah, if you consider where Everton have been in recent seasons, this is quite astonishing.
And we said it was a tough one to call before kick-off, but there's absolutely no doubt that they deserve this scoreline.
Yeah, we probably didn't expect Everton to play this well, didn't expect Chelsea to be so poor. But again, that's why the Premier League is a very, very difficult league this season to predict. But Everton fully deserved the win.
Here's Harto, but that probably sums up the match as well. No way through, and then Keane down the line. And Barry thought he might go for the corner, but it did go out of play. I think David Moyes keen to get that clean sheet. Jordan Pickford closing in on an 11th clean sheet, but Irabunum so close to 4.
Yeah, I wonder whether the strike was actually on target. He's taking on player after player. He's probably drifting past the post with a left-footed strike drifting away, but Sanchez had to deal with it. Could have laid it on a plate for Barry.
Here's Garnacho. Whistle probably needed now for Chelsea. Everton exceptional and right in this European race. A crushing blow for Chelsea on the road as Everton close the gap to those big European places. Beto with a brace and an assist as well for Iliman and Jai on one of the most memorable evenings at Hill Dickinson up to now. And what a night for David.